Welcome again to CryptoJet holders, shillers, and my fellow blockchain degenerates. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about VeChain. We're going to talk about the stats, the performance when it comes to technical analysis, some global news in the cryptocurrency industry, and obviously what VeChain actually is. So if you do enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and turn this notification bell. It really means a lot to me. So let's move on. The first aspect of the video that I want to talk about is the price, which is at $0.13 at this point. A little bit of an increase since yesterday. We're going to see what we've actually broken out of in a minute or two. But the market cap is at $8.8 billion and the 23rd coin on the market. So we could call it a large cap coin, I would say, since the market cap is over about $5 billion. Now, the global crypto market cap is over 2.5 trillion. I do see this at around 5 to 10 trillion in the near future, and around 5 trillion by the end of this bull run right now, before we enter some sort of a retracement. But all in all, we're bullish for now. Bitcoin has been retracing very slightly, but that is completely normal. So you can actually purchase VeChain on Binance US, and I would just recommend buying it on Binance as they are the most trustworthy platform at this point. Now, the first piece of news I'd like to talk about is a crypto farm burning electricity that can power 24,000 homes in Kazakhstan, I would say. And this is normal because burning electricity is a normal thing for mining cryptocurrencies on the proof of work concept. So cryptos such as Bitcoin, where you need mining to be done and these calculations to actually be completed in order for transactions to get through the network, well, those are very inefficient blockchains. As you can see with Bitcoin, it is a pretty, it's like a dinosaur in the cryptocurrency world, right? The newer and better ones use smart contracts and proof of stake networks where you don't actually have to mine and you don't have to, use electricity for it. So just a little heads up, all of these mining cryptocurrencies will probably not see the light of day in the future. Next up, we have Walmart allowing the purchase of cryptocurrencies at 200 stores. Just a little bit about the global adoption of cryptos. Pretty good news. Right here, you can see until this pandemic is over, the global supply chain is shut down. Until then, VeChain will not move. So the thing here is that VeChain is a supply chain based crypto, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everything has to start moving again for VeChain to move. As we can see right here, where we actually see VeChain breaking out of a very nice sort of a correction pattern in the long run. So we're in the logarithmic chart and we can see a trend line that was respected all the way since March of 2020. And we have been retracing ever since the new all-time high was reached around $0.26 mark. And at this point, we are literally breaking out after a bounce of this trend line, a small retracement, and then a movement towards more upside, respecting fib levels as well. So I don't believe we're going to wait for the end of this pandemic or whatever this person is saying, because we are already nearing the end of it. First of all, efficiencies or inefficiencies in the supply chain are getting smaller and smaller. There will be problems, but VeChain will actually help to solve those problems because they are aiming to, well, let's actually look at the project to see what they're aiming to. So it's a blockchain that derives its value from activities created by members within the ecosystem, basically to solve real-world economic problems. You can find a lot of resources and whatnot right here. We have the transaction features, which are controllable transaction lifestyles, MTT or multitask transactions, fee delegation, transaction dependency. It's not the most important. Proof of authority, that's very important. So instead of proof of work and proof of stake networks, proof of authority addresses enterprises' common concerns of inefficient upgrades and waste of energies. So their whole thing is built upon the application of VeChain into the supply chain industry. So they have a nice governance system where proposing, approving, and execution is done by this steering committee and people who actually hold the tokens. And this is the economic model where you have a two-token system. So you have a VTHO that is generated from any address actually holding VET or VeChain at a certain velocity. 70% of this VTHO is paid in each transaction and destroyed. So 70% is destroyed and the rest is awarded to the authority masternode operator. And adjustments to variables can be made, maintaining the equilibrium of VTHO. So basically, VTHO is used for more like smart contract execution and payments, whereas VeChain is used for business activities and financials, if that makes sense to you. Now, they have this VeChain sync, so it's an official wallet, foundation grant, etc., etc. This is all if you want to get into a little bit more detail, but the most important thing is that they have a huge team behind them. They're working on a lot of different things. I do recommend you actually take a look at their white paper. I'm not sure where you can, well, yeah, in documentation, you can take a look at their white paper and see that they are actually very, very serious about this whole project. And they are currently partnered with BMW and the likes of BMW, and I think there's a few other very large sort of companies actually partnered already with VeChain to beat supply chain issues and whatnot. So as you can see, the community already huge. They're from Singapore, and here you can follow them on Twitter to give them, you know, an insight into the biggest. You can just follow them to realize what the best news is, to keep in touch with their actual project, and to, you know, just stay in touch. And obviously, technically, we already covered what is happening. We see VeChain breaking out at this point. And if we actually move on to Bitcoin's chart, we can see that we are making a small retracement, as I've actually predicted before. So we're probably moving down into the 50% fib level before continuing towards the upside. And while Bitcoin is actually falling in price, so what we see here, VET seems to be ignoring the small pullback from Bitcoin. Basically, the pullback from Bitcoin means that money is moving out of Bitcoin and into all of these other coins. So that's why we can see VeChain actually breaking out at this point from this structure. So that would be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out the other videos on the channel. We actually covered a lot of interesting topics. Subscribe, give us some likes, you know, turn the notification bell on, and comment down below if you want to give me a suggestion for the next video. So hodl for dear life, and I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.